Hey everybody, Mr. B here, and welcome to the channel. We are in Woodville, New Zealand, and Miss Tracey is going to show me how to do a Durban curry from Durban, South Africa. You're not going to want to miss this one. Gorgeous. So, Tracey, I'm so glad that you're taking the opportunity to kind of walk me through. I've been very excited about, learning this one specifically. And I think that with being with you guys and Grant and Christy, and that one of the things that I've learned most about South African cuisine is its diversity. With all of the shipping lanes, it's going, under the Horn and that type of thing. There's just so much food there. And so while I think maybe in the North American or European mind, we would not necessarily equate a curry with something that's sort of native to South Africa, but that is indeed the case, right? There's a lot of Indians in Durban, correct?
That's correct, yeah.
Brilliant, brilliant. And another thing I want to say before everybody comes at me, Tracey's a little camera shy. She's a natural. She should do it. I'm trying to encourage her, but not everybody likes to be on camera, and I respect that. So with that, Miss Tracey, what are we dealing with here? This looks amazing.
All right. It's a very, very simple curry. So basically what you see here is the ingredients that we're going to use.
Okay.
So we've got potatoes, which is going to add the thickening.
Okay.
So we don't add any kind of thickening. We've got our curry powder. You would have seen this before. It's the Durban masala. So it's specifically flavored around Durban, and we import it to buy it from the South African shop. So they bring it over from South Africa to here, to New Zealand. Okay. We've got some spices. We've got star anise. We've got some turmeric. Bay leaves. We've got some cumin seeds. Very important, fresh curry leaves. As let me just give you a whiff of that. You can have a smell there. That is.
See if I can flip it.
Yeah. So that's a flavor all to itself.
That's really special.
Yeah, so
that's amazing.
In shops here in Palmerston North, and then I buy a couple of bags, as is. Throw it in the freezer.
I noticed you were keeping that and some of the peppers in the freezer. I think that's very clever and probably definitely extends their longevity.
Yeah,
right?
Especially as it's just Raymond and I. We pretty much have a curry a week, so this is something that we do weekly.
Love that.
Even like the chilies we keep in the deep freeze, because we don't always need them, and for 2 people this is going to go off like pretty quickly. Sure. So I'm going to just start prepping I've got 2 little bowls, one for my dry stuff and one for my wet stuff.
Okay.
So, and we add them at different times. So I generally just add half a
Look
chili.
at how beautiful that is.
Yep, so I add half. And then I just chop it up.
I know you're doing seeds and all with this?
No.
Okay.
And I generally leave it quite large. So I just cut it in half really. Not really too many seeds on this side, but yeah, there are just taken out. Right, then I'm going to take out, so I generally use just a handful of curry leaves, so they're still on this branch. I just pop them off. And I just put them in.
Cool.
So they give it a lovely, unique flavor, which I really love. And when you taste the curry, it will come through.
Now that is something I think would be pretty difficult for us to source outside of major urban areas.
Yeah, I would.
You could definitely probably pick this up and then
dried.
Yeah, dried for sure. Yeah,
absolutely. I haven't tried it with dried, to be honest. I've been lucky that we managed to find it in Indian.
I would say, why change it?
And these are totally edible. So it's not like a bay leaf which you would have to remove.
Yeah.
These are totally edible. So, and they become soft.
You know how many times over the past few months Ray and I have been doing the WhatsApp and chatting and planning and bullshitting and music talking, and he's like, "We're doing Durban curry tonight." And I'm like, "You bastard."
So, cumin seeds.
Okay.
Now, it calls for half, but because I'm making beef instead of chicken, I always just add a whole.
An interesting point. You could definitely do this with chicken. Now, would you do this with lamb, let's say, or
Absolutely.
seafood or anything.
Absolutely.
Okay. So really the
Seafood?
Durban, it's the mixture, the spice combination that makes it Durban. The protein can vary.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's good to know.
So let's just have a look. Just bear with me.
Sure, no, take your time.
So some bay leaves, 2 bay leaves. One's a bit moth eaten. Well, I always, to be honest, I always extra.
Always. I did the same thing.
The only thing I don't do extra on is the curry powder.
I should have asked. We could have used the bay leaves in the peri peri chicken marinade, but here we are.
Okay, star anise, 2 of those. So then I add obviously 3.
Absolutely, you cook like I do.
You never have too many
Of course not.
spices. Then in the wet, so I'm going to put a teaspoon of turmeric. Oh, sorry, this is the dry.
Okay.
And then I'll add my curry powder. So this will be, this is tried and tested.
Okay.
I do 3 teaspoons.
Okay.
And yeah, I try not to do more than 3 because you can't take it out once it's in there.
Well, I guess not.
So it depends. If it's a mild, go 4 teaspoons. If it's
Okay.
really hot, yeah, it'll just be up to taste. All right, now I'm just going to chop up an onion. So the onion's going to go in there.
With the
Yeah, so I'm just...
the super sexy knives that I am now just absolutely addicted to.
Have to have, yeah.
Yeah.
So you can do 1 large one,
Okay.
or 2 small ones, or 1.5. Oh, why is this not coming on?
And I would like to tell my American friends that this is the size an onion should be, not a softball.
Yes, I've seen your videos. I can't believe...
It's all hormones.
Oh, is it?
Yes.
Yeah, I don't think there's many things that they do in this country. It's all pretty... You've seen everything's fresh and...
Yeah.
So half moons. So this may be a bit of a strong one, so mind your eyes.
You know me so well. So well.
It's always the green ones that bite the worst.
Yeah, it is. It really is.
Ordinarily, I find if you have one of these onions that are quite violent,
Yeah.
I just wash it under the tap.
Ah.
I know you say stick it in the...
Yeah, yeah. In fact, I store my onions in the refrigerator. That's where they live.
Oh, do
Yeah.
we have got the first part of the cook, second part of the cook, third part of the cook, fourth part of the cook, and then lastly we add potatoes.
Okay.
And then once everything's in together in the pot, we're then going to put it in a slow cooker, which is a fast, what do you call it, a pressure cooker?
Pressure cooker, yeah.
So I'm going to do potatoes.
Okay.
You'll see I'm not going to let you fool me.
Right, fair enough.
I'll just prepare them and then you'll just see them magically appear
I love
in
that.
there.
Okay.
So cooking, we use what's called agrio potatoes.
Okay.
You can use any kind of potatoes. This is just a versatile potato, so you can pretty much use it for mashing, roasting, anything. So I don't know what your equivalent would be.
Based on site, I'd recommend a Yukon Gold just based on what I'm looking at right here. North America will know what I mean by Yukon Gold. Again, very versatile. Best mashed potato. They're so buttery. I mean, naturally. So we'll come back when the potatoes have magically cut and diced themselves, or however we're gonna knock that out. Okie doke. See you guys then.
Right. So basically, I've peeled a whole lot of potatoes. A lot of curries that you get nowadays don't have potatoes, but this is definitely part of it. So what I do is I roughly chop. You'll see there's different sizes.
Yeah.
Because we want some that is going to break down and some that we want pieces of curry in. So we want pieces of them in our curry.
Yeah.
You know what I meant? Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I'm just roughly chopping. There's no...
So let me ask you this, Tracey. Would We were talking about the Yukon Gold potatoes. Would you ever see this with a sweet potato in South Africa?
I'm actually not sure, unless you're going to make some kind of vegetable curry. I'm assuming that you could use it.
Fair.
Now I'll see if I need to. That should be enough potatoes. You see, there's some smaller
it's
than
looking
others,
good. Yeah,
some bigger. So, right, that's the next part of our.
That's that sorted.
No, I'm just going to do the meat. So I'm using, you see me, one knife, one board.
I love it. Absolutely. Yeah.
Now, this is just plain old diced string steak, so you can use any kind of like string meat.
Yeah.
Not expensive cuts, because it's going to be a long cook. Now, Raymond doesn't like anything with fat, so you can leave it on, or I just tend to trim off most of the fat.
I do the same thing.
Yeah, so I just roughly go through. And if I see a big piece, like maybe that would be a bit big, I'm just going to chop, as I said, one knife. So I'll just go through this whole thing.
Got it.
And just cut off. I mean, obviously, if there's a little bit of fat, that's fine. But
but you're, much like Grant did with the silver skin on that tenderloin is what you're.
That's right.
You're getting the unchewable, undigestible stuff
that's
off
a
of
bit
it.
Of silver skin. Well, I wouldn't call it silver skin, but it's not going to be pleasant. Well, given the fact that it's going to be a long cook, well, not in the pressure cooker, but
the pressure cooker speeds up a long cook. That's for sure.
Exactly.
So it's going to break down lovely. Okay, well, we'll let you get that, and then we'll pick that up.
Cool.
Okay.
All right, I do put quite a bit of oil, so don't be alarmed. So as long as it covers basically the bottom part of it. I
am not alarmed.
This is the only time Raymond and I use oil.
Okay.
Is for this curry, and obviously bacon and eggs, which we have probably once a month.
Right.
So this tends to last us quite a while. So I'm going to put it on to my stove 5.
Okay. So it's going to be a medium heat.
We just want to fry the onions and then incorporate it. So we don't want to cook it. We just want to incorporate everything together.
So we're marrying before we put it into the pressure cooker there.
So now I'm going to add the first part of the onions and all the leaves and the seeds. And we're just going to. Could have actually done with some more onions, but it's fine.
Here we are.
So smell that.
I can smell that. It is.
So I'm just coating this off and letting it.
Very magical.
Just breaking up the onions. Giving it a stir.
So one thing, Tracey, I've noticed there's no garlic here.
No.
That's interesting.
I don't know, some people might use garlic. This is just the recipe that I've always followed and it works for us. So we're relying more on the flavors
on
of
the curry leaves and all of that to come
leaves,
through. Yeah, that's going to give it that richness.
Yeah, so I'm just going to leave that for a little bit.
Okay. So you've gotten translucent here, right? Tracey commented that she's not really cooking everything through. We are just marrying flavors. So in is going the spice now, right?
Yep, this is your curry powder.
Okay. I've learned, very important with curries, because I'm so new to them, you really got to toast these spices to wake them up, don't you?
Yeah, so I just add that in. Then I mix it through just to coat all that in there. So you see it's got a lovely colour now.
Already. Yeah. Already making gravy.
So I'm just going to leave that to cook through for about a minute.
Okay.
Just make sure everything has got a little bit. Got the chilies in there. So just let that marry together.
All right.
So that's been about a minute.
Yeah, I wish people could smell this.
Alright, so this is our only liquid that we're going to use, which is a tin tomato. You can grate a couple of tomatoes. Okay. But just grate them. I recommend don't put the anything with the skin of the tomato. Because I think it could bitter the taste of it. So all I do is I just put a tin of these, any kind of tomatoes, but these are the cheap ones, and I just break them up.
Right, that's what it's about, right?
Yep, so I'm going to just mix it all in.
the things I'm learning about curries is, the flavor I'm attracted to, but the colors and what it does to all of the senses,
Absolutely.
from smell to sight to taste, is really special.
So I'll just mush that in, and it's all going to break down when it's in the pressure cooker anyway.
Correct, yeah.
So I mean, you could put this in a slow cooker for a couple of hours. You could
like
cook it on
crock pot, maybe, yeah.
crock pot. Or
What do you think, cooking from the loft? Should I do a crock pot slow cooker version?
Or you can even cook it on the stove, which I have done before.
Yeah, like on a low simmer bubble.
Low simmer bubble.
Yeah.
But it does take a couple of hours because you want the potatoes nice and...
Sure. Because they really need to break down and start to thicken, right?
Yeah. So now we've got, this is our sauce.
That is just absolutely... Let me get down in there. Look at that. Look at it!
Right, now I'm going to just throw in the meat.
Okay.
Oops. I'm just going to tip in the meat.
Now you're going to get a good coat on that, I guess, and...
So we're just going to stir this through. Coat it, as you said. Very clever. I just wanted to make sure that it's all... You'll see that there's no thickening and there's nothing in there, but when you see the end result, you are going to love it. Alright, that's through. So I've just kept it on the same simmer, although we're not cooking it. I'm just going to do exactly the same for the potatoes.
And then that will get coated in there with the gravy.
Right. So once again, we just
I know.
stir it through. Just make sure that it's coated. And then we call the husband, who's going to come and salt it.
Yeah.
As we call it, he's going to salt it.
Okay.
And once he's done the salting, he is going to move it with your help into the
Pressure cooker.
into the pressure cooker.
All
so
right.
I'll leave that with him.
Okay.
My job here is done.
All right. So Ray is salting the curry, right?
Yep, absolutely. How cool are these? I don't know.
I
where
know
those
that's
come
kind of special. I mean, how did you get your hands on those, man?
Yeah, no, I'm just going to stir this salt through, right?
Yeah. So you use what? About a tablespoon there?
No, a teaspoon. And
Teaspoon?
then
Okay.
what I'll do is, once it comes out of the pressure cooker,
Do a taste then, or maybe?
I'll do a taste and maybe another spoon there. Okay, we're good. Right, so now, let's go. You can assist me with your free hand there,
What do you need? Here?
just to scoop that out. Once
Okay, I got it, I think. Here we go. That is beautiful. Oh my God, that's so effing beautiful.
Got to get all the goodness
Are we
out
good?
here.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Sorry, viewers, this is more important than framing. Framing! I think
we're
that's
good.
gotcha. I think that's
So we'll just
gotcha.
pop that back
Look
on.
at that. So we got a pressure cooker situation going on here. Now, how long are you going to set this pressure cooker for?
I'm going to set it for 35 minutes.
I love that. Is there a particular pressure or anything that we need to know about?
With this specific one,
Okay.
what I do is I preheat it on saute while
Yeah.
Tracey's doing her thing. Cancel that. Go down to poultry
Okay.
and meat and poultry.
Yeah.
Set my cooking time, and just set it to 35 minutes. And
And you're going to rock and roll on that. Okay, buddy.
done deal.
All right. 35 minutes, y'all. Pressure released. Oh my God, that looks good. Steam cam. Oh my God, that looks good. It smells even better. Down good and low. There you go. There we are. Oh, that is just beautiful. All right, now we're going to take this to the stove. Is that right?
Correct.
get you on that, Ray. Ray is about to burn himself. Good there? Is that it?
Maybe a little bit more salt.
It's time for salt? Okay.
Yeah. You want to give it a little go, dude?
I think I do. I think I do.
Very hot though, dude.
Okay, all right, I think I'm just going to try to hit,
You tell me about
I'm
the
going to be a
salt.
little bit of broth here. It needs another kick of salt for sure. Oh, wow. That is so good.
I'd say about one of those spoons because it's quite flat.
That's what I would think too. Yeah, yeah. Oh my goodness, that's so good. There you go.
Is it bossing you?
Chili's, it's bossing me around. That is beautiful.
Alright, so when it comes out the pot, you'll see that there's quite a lot of liquid.
Yeah.
And a lot of the potatoes are still held together quite nicely. So what I do is I put it back on. Probably I'll put it on to about 3 or 4. So we just want a little bit of a simmer.
So that's a medium,
yeah.
low. Okay.
So that's what it's looking like. It's like there's a lot of liquid, so we want that to thicken up.
Okay. All right. And the potatoes are going to help do
Because
that.
as you can see, the potatoes are just simply falling apart. So
Love that.
So some of the smaller ones will get incorporated, and then some of the bigger ones will stay
We'll
as
still say
potatoes.
chunk.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we'll check back in a few minutes. We just keep an eye on it that it's not sticking and
And everything's
that it's
crispy.
starting to thick. Perfect.
That's supper, y'all.
Right, boys.
All right, kids, you're just going to have to put up with the framing, but there you go. Look at that. Look at it. Absolutely beautiful. And we're going to take a taste, but I'm waiting on the Mrs. Ball's chutney because apparently that is, and logically so, like you want some sweetness to kind of cut through this, right? You know? So we're going to do a little bit of that. Drizzle, drizzle, drizzle. Am I doing this right? Or you put it on the side and dip it? Okay. I'm going to do both then. That's how that's going to work. All right. So, let's take a
That meat is
taste.
so tender.
Serving over basmati rice. That is, here comes my heat. Here comes my curry. Sweet Jesus, that's delicious. That is 100% comfort food, y'all. There you have it. Durban curry. Give it a go. See you next time. Cheers.